Greetings and welcome to Causeless Joy Tarot. I am the Golden Light Goddess and I am here today to do a reading for the sign of Gemini for January 2018. I have a description below in the box below about this month's reading if you're interested in getting more details about this reading. Today I'll be using 3 decks. The first is Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Tarot for the main portion of the reading, and then we'll be pulling a guidance card from Karen Sangster's Chakra Insight Oracle. We will also be clarifying the January card in this spread using Cat Black's Golden Tarot. Today is January 1st, 2018. I was guided to wait until the beginning of the year to shoot my videos to allow the energy of the holidays to subside a bit and for us to be firmly planted in 2018. So here I am to do those videos. Also, I've been asking viewers while I'm shuffling the cards to hold a question in mind for 2018, and that question is, how good can it get for Geminis in 2018? How good can it get? All right, so let's begin for Gemini. Calling on my guides, teachers, helpers, spiritual loving beings, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Gemini. Asking for guidance and clarity as we look at the energies that are currently up for the sign of Gemini. What are the highest messages, the most loving messages for the sign of Gemini coming into this new year? How good can it get for the sign of Gemini for 2018? Looking at the energy specifically for January of 2018, as well as the energies for the remaining months of the year. Giving thanks in advance to all that is loving and true for perfect guidance and clarity as we look at the energies coming in for the sign of Gemini for 2018. Looking at Gemini 2018. Also, if you know your rising or moon sign, I encourage you to take a look at those readings as well for additional clarity. I am also offering personal readings in 2018. If you're interested in those, information on how to get those set up are also included in the description below. All right, Gemini. Let's see what we have in store for Gemini 2018. What is the highest, most loving messages for Gemini? January 2018. All right, so that feels pretty good right there, Gemini. Let's go ahead and cut the cards and see what we have in store. And I'll be laying out 12 cards here. All right, so those are your 12 cards that represent the energy for 2018 for the sign of Gemini. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Swords coming up in the reverse. So the Page of Swords in the reverse is represents some issues like legal issues, maybe tax issues. You may be dealing with something like this coming into the new month. Pages also show up with signs and messages. So seeing this in the reverse tells me that there could be a some sort of message coming in for Gemini that is in relation to a legal issue, some sort of legal issue or tax issue, some sort of message coming forward that you'll want to be mindful of. If you haven't already received this message, it is something that is forthcoming for you here in January. Again, pages normally carry messages, and when we see that page in the reverse, it is there's the tendency, at least the potential there, because I'm not here to scare anyone at all. I'm reading the potentials that are here on the cards. So there's this potential for Geminis to possibly receive some news concerning a legal matter. All right, so let's take a look at the rest of your cards here, specifically your January card. Your January card is the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and this is actually the card that will be clarifying, because we're in the month of January, so we'll be clarifying this particular card for January to see what's going on with this Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands reversed here, upright, it really talks about having gone through a really serious battle or some serious times, hard times really. In the reverse, however, it's more saying that the sense of isolation that you may have experienced during 2017, that's coming to an end. Spirit wants you to know to have faith. I'm sensing some level of defensiveness here in this card, in the energy of this card. But again, spirit is encouraging you to keep the faith, because this sense of being isolated or separated somehow from maybe your loved ones, it could be job related, or maybe you've experienced some sort of separation here. That sense of isolation, of being separate from others, is coming to an end with this Nine of Wands in the reverse. And again, we will clarify this particular card further with the Cat Black Tarot deck. But for now, let's take a brief look at the rest of your cards for 2018. Again, this is just a brief look at the cards that have come forward for you for 2018. These cards also represent potentials based on cause and effect. How you're handling your current situation will definitely impact the energies that are up for you in any future situation, because in reality, all any of us ever have is this very moment. So, I'll be briefly just showing you what your cards are, but throughout the month of throughout the year of 2018, in your monthly general readings, you will see, for instance, this Emperor in the reverse will be in your February reading. All right. So for February, we do have, as I mentioned, the Emperor in reverse. For March, you have the Five of Cups in the reverse there. And for April, you have the Nine of Pentacles coming up in the reverse. For May, you have the Four of Pentacles upright. June, you have the King of Swords upright. July, you have the Six of Swords. August, you have the Knight of Swords. A lot of swords energy in middle of the year. For September, you have the King of Wands coming up in the reverse. October, the Hermit in the reverse. November, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And lastly, December, you have the Ace of Swords coming up in the reverse. All right, and again, those cards will appear in your monthly readings throughout 2018. Let's go ahead now and clarify the Nine of Wands energy, the Nine of Wands card that came out for your January reading. So calling on my guides, spiritual teachers, and helpers, all that loves and surrounds the sign of Gemini, asking for additional cards to clarify the energy that is available for the sign of Gemini. What is the highest potential for the sign of Gemini? Whoops, now that's going to be too many right there. So let's take those back, and we still have two. So let's get one more card out for the sign of Gemini for 2018. January 2008. There we go. Two cups coming right out. All right, so let's go ahead now and take a look at the rest, at your clarifying cards. We have the Four of Coins reversed, the Page of Wands upright, and then the Two of Cups upright. All right, so again, we're looking to clarify your primary card, which was the Nine of Wands, which in the reverse, indicating that you're coming out of a period of isolation or a time of separation from something or someone. All right, so here we have, first up, we have the Four of Coins coming up in the reverse. So fours are all about your foundational energy here. So when we see it in the reverse, it really does indicate a sense of being vulnerable. Perhaps since you're now coming out of this period of isolation, that may leave you feeling a little vulnerable or exposed. Now, the Four of Coins in the reverse can also speak to a poverty mindset, not really feeling that you're, you may want better things for yourself, but the thoughts that you're entertaining do not support, for some of you, do not support this prosperity, the prosperity that you're hoping to gain here. So it's going to be very important that you monitor your thoughts here, and as well as monitoring your thoughts in January for Geminis, you're also going to maybe have to deal with the sense of feeling vulnerable in a way. And by that, what I mean is that if you're feeling vulnerable, to really embrace it, because vulnerability is not necessarily a bad thing. Being vulnerable allows you to be more flexible and more malleable to situations. So it's not necessarily going to be a bad thing, that vulnerability. Now, next up, you have the Page of Wands coming in the upright position. Now, this Page of Wands is really, coming forth to bring you new ideas and new perhaps a new project, a new career, something of that sort. So this sense of feeling vulnerable here, be patient, because there may be messages coming in that will help you to move out of that sense of isolation that you may have dealt with in 2017. So again, the Page of Wands is really about some newness showing up. There could be messages coming in to assist you with creating this new way of being that you're wanting to step into. Again, it's going to be very important for you to monitor your thoughts and to make sure that your thoughts are lining up with what you actually want to see happen. And if they aren't, then it's up to you to change those and get in line with what you're really shooting for there. Now, you also have the Two of Cups, which is very indicative that there will be some sort of partnership, perhaps even a proposal for marriage if you're up for that. If that's something that's a potential for you, that could also be indicated here with the Two of Cups coming in the upright. But there's some sort of partnership that has the potential to possibly come out of, remember how I talked about these messages, a new career or a new project or something. Whatever this newness is that the Page of Wands is bringing in for you, it has the potential to put you in a position to develop a new partnership, a new relationship. And again, for some of you out there, this is indicating that a marriage proposal may be in store for you. If that's something that you've been working on or hoping towards, it could come into view sometimes in the month of January. But again, this new project and this partnership are linked. For some of you out there, there's a link between this new this message that's coming in that's going to bring some newness into your life. There's the rabbit there that just caught my eye on the Page of Wands, indicating fertility. This page is bringing forth something that's going to grow and create something new for you. And that something new may very well be a new partnership. And this partner will more than likely turn out to be someone who's very reliable, very resourceful, and very helpful to you, Gemini. So be on the lookout for that. But again, I'm drawn back to your Four of Coins coming up in the reverse here. Really being monitoring your thoughts so that those thoughts don't block the potential for this new thing that's coming, this new potential that's here to create this new partnership. All right, so those are going to be really important for Gemini coming into this brand new year in January. All right, so next we are going to look at your guidance card for January 2018. And before I do that, I do want to draw your attention here to the candle that I'm burning. This is my Lavender Love Never Dies candle. If you're interested in awesome intention candles, and other candles are also available out on my website, and that website is theroyalcandle.com. All right, so getting on to your final guidance card for Gemini for the month of January 2018. Calling on my guides, spiritual helpers, and teachers, asking for one additional guidance card to close out the reading for the sign of Gemini for January 2018. How good can it get for the sign of Gemini for January 2018? Asking for one additional guidance card for the sign of Gemini. There we go. I think that was two. It felt like two, and indeed it is. We'll go with those two and see what we have here for Gemini. First up, Gemini, you have the solar plexus chakra. I was just mentioning in, I think it was my last video, that it's amazing how many chakra cards have come out. This deck is full of not only chakra cards, but other very insightful, colorful, beautiful cards. But this month there is almost every sign has received a chakra card, and I just find that fascinating considering the number of cards we have here. So this solar plexus chakra is your power center. All right, I was just speaking here about being vulnerable and monitoring your thoughts with your clarifying cards. Here you have your solar plexus chakra. One word of advice that Spirit has been clearly giving with these chakra cards coming out is to wear the color indicated here. Now, this can be construed as yellow or gold, but this helps to balance that chakra out more when you're wearing these colors. So a reminder to Geminis throughout the month of January, wherever you possibly can, wear yellow or gold. That will help balance out that power center and help you with this being vulnerable enough to receive these new messages and forge this new relationship here. Oh, yes, absolutely. You also have gut instincts. Follow your intuition, Gemini. We have intuition, knowing, sensing, and trusting. So follow your gut, your power center. And notice that both of these cards are gold, right? Here's that gold energy coming in again for the sign of Gemini. So again, Spirit is definitely reminding you to wear this color as much as you possibly can in the month of January. Follow your gut and know that it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to let in this message that's going to help you with forging that new relationship. Follow your gut and stay focused and centered in your power. Wow, amazing. Beautiful messages for Gemini coming through for January of 2018. So that does conclude your January reading for 2018. I want to wish you a very prosperous and abundant 2018, and I look forward to seeing you back here next month. Namaste.